Hi, I'm Irvin Baxter with Prophecy in the News. There's a very interesting thing breaking right now that you're probably already aware of, and that is many people believe the world will end in the year 2012. I actually pulled up a Google search the other day for End of the World 2012. I was absolutely amazed. Can you believe 551 million results? Why is everybody thinking that the world is going to end in 2012? And maybe we should ask, is it going to? Well, apparently this all started back when someone dug up an old Mayan calendar. The Mayan calendar, they have several of them, but this one is called the Long Count calendar. It started something like 3112 BC, but it's going to expire on December the 21st of 2012. So someone said, did the Mayans know something we didn't know? Their calendar ends. I mean, this was a very advanced society for its day. Now, I don't think it was so advanced because they worshiped the sun. They also had human sacrifices from time to time. But there are indicators that in mathematics, they were somewhat advanced for their day. So somebody decided, oh, end of the world. The rumors began. Now, someone else said, hey, there's a planet out there headed toward the Earth. They called it Planet X, and it's going to collide with the Earth sometime in 2012. Then someone else said, well, I've heard there's going to be a planetary alignment, and when those planets align, it's going to create a drag on the gravity of the Earth, and it's going to throw us off orbit, and the world's going to end. So the rumors gathered momentum. Then someone decided to make a movie, and then another movie, and then wrote a book and another book, until all of us have been exposed to this by now. One movie, can you believe it, has grossed $2 billion. One movie, End of the World. So we find ourselves asking the question, is all this just hype, or is there something to it? Now, there's one place we can always go to make sure we get reliable information, and that's to the Bible, because the prophecies of the Bible never fail. They always come to pass, just like the Bible says, if we understand them right. So the question is, are there any prophecies in the Bible that pertain to 2012? Well, first of all, we know from the Bible the world is not going to end in 2012. Well, we can breathe a sigh of relief about that. How do we know that? Well, because the Bible says very clearly in Revelation 20 that there's another 1,000 years of human existence up on the earth. So the world's not going to end in 2012. But does the Bible have anything else to say about 2012? Well, there is this one bothersome prophecy in Revelation 9, verse 13 through 21, and it talks about a war that will kill 1/3 of mankind. Now, in my opinion, 2012 is one of the most likely years that this could happen. Now, imagine, with all of the hype about the world ending in 2012, what would happen if a war would actually break out? And I'm talking about a nuclear holocaust that wipes out one person out of 3 on the planet. You think the doomsayers are going to say, we told you, end of the world 2012. Well, that's probably going to happen if this war happens in 2012. Does the Bible say it will? No. Does the Bible say it's going to happen? Absolutely. Does it appear to be imminent right now? Does it appear to be the next thing on God's prophetic time clock? Yes, it does appear to be the next major prophetic fulfillment. Now, this war is supposed to start from the Euphrates River, which is over there in the Middle East. You know how crazy things are in the Middle East right now. I mean, the government of Syria appears to be on the verge of being toppled. We know that the government of Egypt, it has already been toppled. Now they're trying to topple the present military temporary government. And then in addition to that, you've got Iran trying to get nuclear weapons. The U.S. says we're not going to let you. Israel says we're not going to let you. There are rumors going all the time right now that perhaps Israel will attack Iran, or the United States will attack Iran, or NATO will attack Iran. So things in the Middle East are boiling. Some people call it the Arab Spring. Other people are saying, no, I don't think so. I think it's the Arab winter. Well, that's what's going on right now, and it looks like we're lurching toward that. Can we tell you for sure it'll happen in 2012? No, we can't, but the likelihood is high. Remember, the prophecy says that the war will start from the Euphrates River and will kill 1/3 of the human race. Well, the Euphrates River is the main water source in the Middle East, so the odds are pretty high there. Is there anything else going on with 2012? Well, actually there is. The Bible prophesies an event that will mark the beginning of the final 7 years to the Battle of Armageddon. Now, the Battle of Armageddon is not the end of the world, but it's going to be a big deal. So this prophecy states that this particular event happens, and then that starts the final 7 years to Armageddon. Well, it just so happens that this event that starts the final 7 years has actually been chosen, and it's been set as a goal by the world community that this event will happen December 2012. Believe it or not, here's what happened. The Middle East peace talks have broken down. The Palestinians applied for membership of the United Nations. Well, that's not being successful. However, the International Quartet, which is assigned to give us peace in the Middle East, have come up with a new plan. They have relaunched peace talks as of September the 23rd of 2011, and they set the goal that these peace talks would be finished and accomplished with a total, conclusive, comprehensive peace agreement by 2012. Well, the Bible says that that's the event that will mark the beginning of the final 7 years to Armageddon. And also when that event happens, 3.5 years after the event, the Antichrist will come to power and the Great Tribulation will begin. So the quartet I'm talking about, this happened at the United Nations on September the 23rd. They set the goal of having this peace agreement signed, sealed, and delivered by December of 2012. If they get this done, the final 7 years will start in 2012. Will they get it done? Can't tell you that. If we have this massive war that wipes out 1/3 of mankind between now and next December, I sort of doubt they can get the peace deal put together at the same time they're blowing up the entire world. I don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but I do know, number one, the world's not going to end in 2012. That was close. But number two, it's very likely that this war that does wipe out 1/3 of mankind, I'm talking about 1 person out of 3 on this planet, it's very likely that that war will occur, and then you know what would happen after that. The cry for peace and safety would be absolutely deafening. Can you imagine people saying, wait a minute, we're burying people with bulldozers. No more war, never again. We're outlawing war. We're going to give the United Nations really teeth that they can enforce the will of the world community on every nation on earth. No more war. We are outlawing war from the face of the planet. And when they do, immediately following, they're going to say, and by the way, the number one source of trouble is the Middle East, the conflict between the Palestinians and the Israelis, and therefore the world community will put all of its pressure. The Israelis and the Palestinians are going to have a peace agreement. The Bible says they're going to have. And that would come in the wake of this. Now, will that all happen by December 2012? I don't know. That would be fast. Some people are saying that Israel may attack Iran's nuclear facilities as early as December or January. We don't know that for sure, but there's rumors out there that that could be the case. Nevertheless, 2012 will be a prophetic fulfilling year. You can take that to the bank. Now, what if they don't get the agreement in 2012? Well, then, if they get it in 2013, the final 7 years begins in 2013. If they get it in 2014, the final 7 years will begin then. So we can't tell you for positive it'll start in 2012. We can tell you, though, that it's going to start, and we're near the time that it will start. So we are in prophetic territory right now. It's an exciting time to live. Well, it is if you're right with God. If you're not right with God, it could scare you to death. So that's your prophecy news update for the day.